Welcome. In this video, we're going to take a look at how to set up a new student account with associated address and parent information in the Twine SIS. So to start, we've gone to sis.choosetwine.com, and I'm going to log in here with the account, the administrator account and password. And to set up accounts, to set up new students, we're going to go under the Students link here on the left and choose Add a Student. And required information for a student includes first name, so we'll call this Student 1. The other required field is gender, so go ahead and specify that. Everything else here really is optional. I encourage you to choose a grade level that is appropriate for that student. And if you want to fill in a birth date or other details, you certainly may, but nothing else here is really required. So I'm going to go ahead and save that information. Now, once I've saved that information, I get an additional tab up here where I can begin associating the student with addresses and contacts. And it is the case that we should always tie the student to an address, and then we can associate the address with one or more contacts. So I'm going to come here to addresses and contacts, and assuming that the student doesn't have a sibling or somebody else in the household that's already enrolled, I'm going to go ahead and add a new address. And for the new address, it's going to prompt me, so I'll say 1234 Main Street. Here I've got a list of cities that are already known to the system, and if the city that I'm looking for isn't in here, I can go ahead and put in a city. So Florida is fine, and again, list of zip codes, I can pick from that list or add my own. And if the student has a phone number, I can put a phone number here as well, right, whatever that might happen to be. And I'm going to go ahead and save that address. So here is an address for the household, and again, this would result in the student number here where it says phone. And you'll see now that I have an address here, I can add contacts at this particular address. So let's go ahead and let's add parent 1. And parent 1 happens to be, you can see we've got a lot of different variations here, but we'll say mother. And email will be mom@aol.com. And if I happen to have a phone number, I can put that in as well and save that information. And if I have additional parents, I can do that as well. So here we can add another contact. Now this would be a second contact at the same address. So again, this might be parent 2. And parent 2 might be father. And again, we would say dad at, we'll go with Comcast.net, and again, some number, and we'd save that, and we're good to go. So that is setting up a new user with their address and then contacts at that address. Now suppose I have a sibling. So student 1 has a brother or sister who is student 2. So again, I'm going to come in here, right in the side navigation, I'll go to add a student, and I can start all over. So here is student, and last name of 2. And again, I need to specify gender, and I can fill out other information if I want. Grade level is always a good idea. And I'm going to go ahead and save that. And now under address and contacts, instead of adding a new address or adding new contacts, because that will create multiple addresses and essentially multiple parent accounts, I want to add an existing address. And what you'll notice is that it knows all of the accounts that are already in the system. And here's 1234 Main Street, where student 2's sibling, student 1, is already living. And when I go ahead and I associate that address, here are the parents at that address, and they are automatically associated with this student as well. So at this point, I'm done. I've set up 2 students. They have one shared address. They have one set of, in this case, shared parent accounts, and both parents will have their own unique login. As is always the case, when we synchronize this data to EDSB, that will then create, in this case, a student 1 account, a student 2 account, and accounts for parent 1 and parent 2. They'll get one account each tied to both students. Thank you.